Yeah, so Louis is right then, follow that. That's brilliant, really, really good. Right, so I'm here as ever to talk about the most thrilling subject of the day, which is evidence that we produce for our customers. And really what I want to get across is I just want to get some of the key concepts that we're playing with at the moment, and this is really a request for help, yeah? So if you can just if you can digest these ideas, and then I'm going to be coming around over the coming weeks and trying to pick your brains on this kind of stuff, yeah? So, first thing I want to talk about was test coverage, and this isn't just test coverage, I guess, this is really our services. And what we want to do is we want to create a map of all our services. I guess it's like an extension of the Ping dashboard, perhaps. I don't know what this thing is at the moment, but it's kind of a way into our ecosystem to see all the services that we've got, to see their health, and also to see the test coverage that we've got within it. And that kind of builds onto the health of that product from a testing perspective. Because I see it as kind of a two-way thing here. There's the Ping dashboard, so there's the health of the service in live, but then there's the health of the quality assurance that we put around it, which we ought to base around our pyramid, which we ought to link into all of the evidential stuff that Sam's doing and everything else. So I guess what I'm getting at here, the concept is of a portal, a way into the look at the health of our services, both from a live point of view, from an operations point of view, but also from a testing point of view and a test coverage point of view. Something else that we've been looking at recently, and I just wanted to plant this seed, suitability. So who knows what a house view is? Okay. Jonathan, do you want to give us a potted version? Does that look about right?
Yes, it's basically the understanding of the agreement among all the advisors about what they should give their advice, the principles they use for giving their advice. So there might be, for example, don't recommend drawdown investment to someone who hasn't got very much money. Might be a line in house view.
Okay. So it's our philosophy, it's the approach behind our advice. And different people have different philosophies based on their attitude to risk and that kind of thing. And what we're beholden to give we have to give suitable advice, right? And suitable is the key word. It doesn't necessarily have to be right, because there's opinion, there's grey in advice, obviously. But it has to be suitable. And if somebody comes knocking on our door in 20 years' time saying, your app told me to do this and I'm facing penury and ruin, we need to be able to go back and say, well, actually, based on the information that we had, the advice that we gave you was suitable. And we think there are about 12 to 15 principles, talking to Gavin, that will dictate how define the suitability of our advice. Yeah. So this is a concept that we came up with in a workshop a couple of weeks ago, and it kind of feels like a bit of a breakthrough from a testing point of view. We want to create something called suitability testing, and this is the magic that proves 100% of our advice is suitable. So for every advice case that we actually push out through the door, obviously there'll be a sampling check from our actual CFAs, but we want to create something that's going to automatically check its suitability, so it conforms to our principles and therefore it's consistent with our house view, therefore the advice is suitable. Yeah? So this has been called various things at the moment. We're getting quite excited about it. It's kind of Robo CF30, and actually Anthony, can I say what Anthony said the other day? So Anthony came up with the concept of us actually selling this to other advisors to actually say, we will provide a service to prove that your advice is suitable according to your principles. So quite an exciting thing, and something that we're mulling over at the moment. So I guess the thing that I'm driving at here, and in the last couple of minutes, there are a number of things that we're going to have to put together and in order to make this happen. And one of them is a tagging scheme to allow us to, I think it's kind of the correlation idea that Louis, the analogue of the correlation idea that Louis was talking about. So the thing that links all of our information, from it being an idea through to it becoming part of a view, through it being developed, tested, and eventually going out to the real world, and then becoming advice. So we're working on some sort of metadata. Jonathan's done some work on the retirement side. I've done some work on the pension side. But again, I'd like to get broader input into that. So this is just, again, planting that seed. Documentation, which is everyone's favourite subject. I mean, you saw Swagger, self-generation of documentation there through the use of the clever inclusion of services. If we could come up with something similar from documenting a house view and automate that, and then feed it through our process to the point of to advice, then that's immensely powerful. And as we scale up, we're going to have to do that kind of thing. We're going to have to draw these linkages, otherwise there's going to be a lot of manual processing of that information. So just to conclude then, Any ideas? I'm not asking you now, but I just wanted to just to plant these seeds. So thinking about the way in which we provide this window into our ecosystem from a testing point of view and from an operation point of view. It's the first one. Suitability testing, proving our advice is suitable, and then providing some way of linking all of these pieces of information together from end to end. So if you can mull that over and come up with some genius ideas over the next few weeks, I will be approaching you and asking them. Okay?
Oh.
Pete, sorry.